How do you know it's love and not chlamydia? Reuben Hill, Ph.D., author of How to Tell Your Love from a Hole in the Ground. Oh goody, a young woman in a robe sitting at a mirror brushing her hair. What a fresh and original image. This dead horseshoe crab really takes me back. Oh.
I love you, Nora. Do you love me?
Oh, I don't know, Jack.
I forgot if I love you.
Girl I've dated in 2 months. We get along fine. You do love me, don't you?
I think so, but...
But those people from Coronet are filming us, and I'm just very uncomfortable about it. We now take you live to Nora thinking about it.
Hello, dear.
Hello, Ma.
Have a nice time?
I'll say. Jack's awfully handsome and such a smooth dancer.
It's a weird thing to tell your mother.
Mom, how can I tell if... I mean, how did you know when you were in love with Dad?
Why, he told me, dear.
Oh.
I've been in love several times before. I got so I could recognize the symptoms.
Several times?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Mom looks like Vulgar the Clown.
I'd found my Prince Charming. Most people fall in love quite a few times in their lives.
Just ask Drew Barrymore.
Well, then, how can you tell when you're really in love?
Well...
That depends. How much money does he
I'll
make?
have to think about that. Let's save it tomorrow, shall we?
All right.
Seeing as it's the subject of the film, you don't suppose you could just have that conversation now, do
Good
you?
night, dear.
Most people fall in love quite a few times.
Quoth Mother.
I wonder if Jack knows that.
I tell you, Bob, I haven't dated any girl but Nora in 2 months.
Wow,
We're
2
really
months.
in
That's
love.
a Commonwealth marriage, isn't it?
And you were really in love with Betty and Mary and Dallas and I don't know who else.
Go Harvard.
There'll be others, I suppose.
Oh, no. That's over with.
Nice acting,
No,
pal.
Bob, Nora's the prettiest girl I've ever known. She's just as beautiful as...
Beautiful.
She looks like Stan
I
Lee.
think that's all that matters. Oh, hurry up and get in bed, will you?
Whoa, this is getting more complicated by the moment.
Bob, did you feel this way when you fell in love with Jean?
Oh, look. I've felt that way lots of times.
Right now, for instance.
The trouble with you is, you don't seem to understand what love is really about. You young punks go to the movies a couple of times, do a little necking, and you think you're in love.
Crotchety at age
I've never
19.
seen anything like it.
All I wanted to do was ask. You don't have to get sore about it, do you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack.
Come to Papa.
But look at it this way. You just haven't been around enough to know what love really is. Believe me, it's nothing like the slush they give you in the movies.
It's way more expensive and disappointing.
Well, I don't know, Bob.
That's right. You don't know.
Now we're on to something.
Maybe you would understand better if... Say, I've got an idea.
Let's act as
How'd you
woodenly
like
as
to go on a
possible.
date with Jean and me tomorrow night.
Why, sure, Bob. That would be swell. Sure you wouldn't mind?
Not if you let me get some sleep now. Good night.
Good night.
If either of their girlfriends saw what they wore to bed, the whole love question would be moot.
Oh, Jack, that sounds like loads of fun.
I love anarchist
See
rallies.
you tonight. Goodbye. Guess what, Mother? Jack and I are going on a double date with Jack's brother Bob and his girlfriend.
Doesn't sound so
They're
great now that I
dancing
say it out
so
loud.
much in love. Janie has the most beautiful diamond.
Oh, that's fine, dear. I've met Bob. I think he's awfully nice.
So this family just sits around and stares at themselves in the mantel mirror?
Weren't you and I going to talk about that today?
Yes, we were.
I've been thinking about your question, and, well, suppose we look at these snapshots together,
Snapshot?
What are snapshots?
What do they have to do with love?
Look at this one.
Oh, Mother, did you have to keep that?
I told you to burn all records of my
In
childhood.
a way, you were in love even then.
In love with pooping, maybe.
Every baby loves its parents for their care and protection. Compare that with this picture.
Oh, that's the boy who used to live next door. My, how he did love his teddy bear.
Little fruit.
Love?
That's right. That's a kind of love, too.
A stupid kind.
Possessiveness. Here, look at this.
Why, that's Betty and Ellen and Ann. I took that picture with my first camera.
With a grant from the Aaron Siskin
Oh, I know.
Foundation.
wouldn't look at anyone but my special friend.
Whoa, I didn't know it was going to be that kind of movie.
Yes, and boys go through a similar stage when they stick together in gangs and won't have anything to do with girls.
Get their own shows on Bravo.
Now, let's see. Oh, do you remember this picture?
It's when you were a dude for a couple years.
That was 2 or 3 years ago. He never knew how much I loved him. I guess he never knew I existed at all.
Since this picture came with the album.
Go through crushes like that on teachers or sports stars or movie stars.
Or Supreme Court justices.
Then after a while, there's a stage that some people call puppy love.
When you feed heads of cauliflower to each other.
It's Morris. I'd almost completely forgotten that.
Remember how important it seemed at the time?
Oh, look. There's the couple who met at camp last summer.
Is there anything this family doesn't document?
Yes. And that's another stage where the physical side of love dominates. Sometimes this is mistaken for mature love.
But honey, you don't know the half of it.
Mature love. That's a new way of thinking about it.
Who are you talking
How
to,
can you
dear?
tell when love is mature?
Well,
It gets hair in its naughty places. Sorry.
settle. And if you aren't sure, you can always ask yourself some questions.
Like, how much money does he make?
Are we really interested in the same things? Do we feel at ease together? Are we proud of each other?
Have we ever met?
Do we agree on the basic things such as religion, marriage, children, money?
The less filling tastes great debate.
Thanks, Mother. I know that'll help.
I hope so, dear.
Now leave me the hell alone. Hey, it's L'Chaim Chinese Restaurant, the best kosher Chinese food in town. Oh, the outer space.
Oh, I'm having a wonderful time.
You've been there for 6 seconds.
Oh, we're so glad you could come. This is one of our favorite spots.
Yes, we sort of found it together, you might say, and we come here quite often.
The lox and wontons are
Real
great.
Chinese dishes are over here.
Thanks, Bob. Oh, Bob, look what came today.
What?
My official I Love Bob fan club
This is
card.
some tickets for our concert series.
And guess what? You're going to have to sit through another concert by that young French pianist you didn't like.
You
You
harlot.
mean the same one we saw last season?
That's right. Maybe this year you'll agree with me that he has real talent.
Well, maybe. But only if he's improved.
Oh, Bob. Well, at least we'll have fun debating it.
What a couple of power dorks.
Do Bob and Jean have a mature love? They seem to have so many things to talk about.
Why is she
and
underwater?
do together.
Say, Nora, talking about music, have you heard the new recording of the Brahms Violin Concerto?
Well, no. I guess I never really learned to appreciate classical music.
I'm into funk, fusion, death, hip hop.
Are Jack and I interested in the same thing? I wonder.
I mean, Dvorak I could get behind, but Brahms?
Do we feel at ease with each other?
You know, there's no telling what we'll get, but I'm willing to take a chance if you are.
Oh, that's the fun of it, Bob. What about some of this watercress salad?
That's a fine idea.
They are so
Bob and
lame.
Jean certainly are at ease with each other. But what about us?
What else can I find wrong with Jerry?
Well, I've made up my mind. I'm going to have the leg of lamb.
Oh, well, I thought it would be fun to try a Chinese dish.
Then
That's
go
all
right
right
the
if you
freak
like that
ahead and
stuff.
do that.
Me, I'll stick to the lamb.
Well,
Oh, come on, Nora. Take a chance with us on the lobster cantonese.
Whoa, slow down there, wild bunch.
no. I don't always feel at ease with Jack.
His refusal to eat the exact same dish as me makes me
I
hate
am,
him.
We don't really know each other. And Mom talks about being proud of each other.
I think I'll kill
I
him.
wonder if I could ever be as proud of Jack as Jean is of Bob. Not right here and now, maybe. But he does have his point.
I guess.
When he gets out on that ball diamond, anybody would be proud of him. But I wonder if we'd ever agree on basic things.
Like post-millennial advent theory.
You know who I saw today? I saw Bill Johnson and his wife. You know, they've got a fine pair of little kids. They dress them up like cowboys.
Make him dance in the street for money.
Don't you think so, Nora?
Well,
Oh, here we go.
here's the waiter with our soup.
Yeah, don't thank him or acknowledge him or anything.
Oh, we've never talked about things like that. Or religion, or marriage, or money. Bob and Jean really understand each other. They do have a mature love.
As has been established.
Nora,
Cut.
About our talk at the dance last night. In the garden, you know. Well, I guess after seeing Bob and Jean...
Basically, the double date thing
well,
backfired, Jerry.
A real mature love is more than I'd imagined.
I didn't know I'd have to think about stuff and stuff.
On Bob and Jean, it looks all right. But
we're not ready for that kind of attachment, are we?
Not now that I know what a flaky ice queen you are.
Fun, can't we?
Sure we can. Would you like... How about going roller skating next Friday night?
Oh, I hadn't thought about roller skating.
That's the kind of fun I like. What time?
About 8:15.
8:15? Oh, I knew we were too different.
Thanks for this evening. Good night.
Good night.
In the 50s, even bitter rejection was good-natured and pleasant. Coronet Films reminds you to doubt your love for someone at least once a week.